Everybody, how to be a sex god. That's what we're going to talk about. So I did just a little video the other day on how to be good at sex. And I was talking to my wife today, and I said, please watch this video and tell me what I could add and what I can do and how I can make this even better. And so I've got some additional tips and tricks and things just to consider when you're in a partnership and you want to be good at having sex, essentially. And this would be true whatever phase of life you're in. I mean, come on, let's be honest, right? I talk 90% here about committed partnerships, heterosexual committed partnerships. I would say that most homosexual relationships are real similar to heterosexual, except clearly different in some ways. And so, you know, I talk about what I'm familiar with, which is heterosexual sex. And so how can you be good at sex? And again, I think this would translate across the board for everybody. In the other video, I talked about listening, which is clearly one of the most important things you can do. But also, it is communication, but one of the things that's just a piece of the puzzle to really, really learn is a couple things. One, when I'm coaching a couple, like I've had couples come to me and they're having trouble in the bedroom, and let's say, you know, she's not orgasming, he's orgasming 100% of the time, she's orgasming either never. I don't know why that word was so hard to get out. Never, or very rarely, right? For every 10 times they have sex and he orgasms, she orgasms once. So whether you're you never orgasm or you always orgasm, let's get into this real quick, okay? So if your partner, again, in a heterosexual relationship, talking to the guys, if your girlfriend, wife is not orgasming, she's not reaching orgasm, couple things to consider. One, can she reach orgasm with masturbation? Can she reach orgasm through masturbation? Because if she can, then clearly she's capable of having an orgasm. And clearly whatever sex acts you're doing, for whatever reason, aren't bringing her to orgasm. Okay? So we've identified the problem. So here's my recommendation, is ask her to masturbate in front of you so that you can watch and learn what she's doing and not doing. And that will help you immensely. And it's like become the student, right? She's going to be the teacher, you're the student, you're looking to learn what is she doing. You know, because guys, I think, from the most part, you know, they're all about penetrative. Even when it's with the hands, you know, it's all penetrative. Stick it in there. That's what they want. Okay, not always. You know, not always. And, you know, you're wiggling around, being all wild, doing all the stuff you might be trying to do. Now, again, maybe they like that, and that's fine if that's what they like. But again, you don't want to be doing crap if that's not what they like, right? I mean, why would you want to do something that your partner isn't liking? Because you like it, you think you know what's up? And not only that, just because you had a girlfriend in college that liked that doesn't mean that your wife is going to like that. And for damn sure, if you saw something on porn, which I am not a fan of for a lot of different reasons, and I'm not religious, so it has nothing to do with anything like that. But I think you're setting yourself up. Like, well, that's what women like. No, that's what women who are being paid $1,000 will do. It's not what they like. Not all women, anyway. So again, you can't really, maybe you can learn some things from porn, but honestly, very little. I think you learn way more from just communicating and talking with your partner. That's where you're going to learn the most valuable lessons you could ever want to learn in your life. Have your partner teach you. Even put your hand there and say, move my hand like you want it moved. Like, show me exactly what to do, because I don't know what to do with my hands. Right? I mean, come on. I really do believe that first video covered it, right? Just communicate and listen. But I wanted to give some further details, right? It's allow your wife or your partner to teach you, show you. And it goes both ways, right? If a guy's having trouble getting hard or orgasming, ask him, can you orgasm if you masturbate? Well, let me see you masturbate. Where are you touching? How are you? What's the pressure? What, you know what I'm saying? Like this, I'm 55 and I'm just beginning to learn things, right? It's like, I don't know why it takes so long for guys to mature, but it does. It does, unfortunately. The guys are silly sometimes, and I'm a guy, right? So hey, I'm in favor of my species here. But again, listen, learn, allow your partner to be taught. Don't act like you know, and don't let it hurt your pride. And I know this is easier for me to say than it is to actually do. Listen, I get it. I really do. I understand. But if you want to be a sex god with your partner, if you want them to think you're a sex god, what do they like? How do they like it? Right? Is it too hard, too soft? Do you like it more gentle? I think, once you kind of get this ball rolling, I think that it will just open up the doors for better communication, where your partner and yourself, you'll feel better about asking questions, better about giving feedback, better about clarification. But I think that when you kind of get in this mode of being able to openly, honestly communicate how things feel, what's the correct amount of pressure, what this, what that sex and intimacy can become a mutually beneficial thing. And that's what it should be, right? It really should be a mutually beneficial thing. It shouldn't just be one way. When you're first getting together with someone, and this is something I cover with a lot of in my singles classes and even in my premarital classes, if you want to have a good sex life with your partner or girlfriend or whatever, or boyfriend for that matter, there should be a conversation. I know that we just want to just get hot in the pants and get all sexy and sweaty and turned on and horny and just go for it, go crazy. Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. It is what it is. But if you want to continue to get better and better, it really is just a continual, it's kind of like building the body. It's a lifelong journey. You don't just work out for a week and you're like, boom, I'm there. I'm for the rest of my life, I figured. No, you got to continually work out. And as you continually work out, right, you learn more and more about movements and, all the stuff, right? You just learn all the stuff and all the little tricks and the little tips of all of it, right? It's a science, right? It's a science, right? To really build a body that's magazine worthy, okay? And some people want to aspire to that, and that's so cool, okay? But I think anybody in a relationship, hopefully, we all want to aspire to achieving a fulfilling sex life with our partner. So one of the things I would say, so if you're single listening to this and you're kind of getting new into a relationship, let me just set you up for so much success. One is, talk to your partner. What is fulfilling sex for you? What does that look like? Quality, quantity, freakiness, right? Mirrors on the ceiling, stripper pole in the bedroom. Like, what is it? What for you, what does fulfilling sex look like? And then, right, I'll share from, right, you share yours, I'll share mine, and together we'll figure this out. And as long as you'll be open and honest and willing to receive feedback and willing to be teachable and listen to your partner, and right? And sometimes people, mainly what they're concerned about is quantity, especially more on the guy side. I think guys always, I want to have sex every day. You know, great. If you could do it every day, great. If your partner's willing right, if everybody's capable every day, fine. Sometimes that just doesn't work, you know, especially if you have kids, especially there's a lot of different circumstances that can come up that can kind of thwart that ideal dream of every day. And also, let me just say this. If you are having sex every day, not every day is it going to be off the chain crazy, right? Sex is just awesome crazy anyway. You know, I mean, come on. What's better than an orgasm? I don't really know if there is anything better than an orgasm. And the drink that says that it's better is completely not true. I've had that drink and it's not better than sex. So I understand that just sex in and of itself, especially if you reach orgasm, it's just wonderful and beautiful and awesome. Especially if you're in a committed partnership, it's beautiful, right? And you want to try to make it extra super special. I don't know. I don't have a number for you, like once a week, have crazy sex. I don't know. Whatever you and your partner think, you know, if you're good with just making love every day and it's just good like that, then great. If it's mutually beneficial and both you and your partner are like, hey, we're good, then it's good. Who gives a flip what I say? Again, you have to figure out what works for them and what works for you, and then what works for like us, right? Because there's you in the relationship, there's your partner in the relationship, and then there's the we, right? There's me and there's you and there's we. And so what works for us, like what works for us, not just what works for you or what works for me, what works for us. And once you figure that out, work towards making that happen, right? All right. Hey, cheers to sex for sure.